Yes, I am aware that I look super young and beautiful as always. But actually, I've been playing guitar for over 15 years now. And oh boy, I was bad when I first started. Ciao ragazzi, I'm Danilo and welcome back to another video. Why am I telling you this? Because recently I got asked to demo the brand new Fundamentals lineup of pedals by Walrus Audio. And I saw their YouTube commercial where there's this group of kids on stage playing together using the Fundamentals pedals. And they slowly grew up and turn into adults to emphasize that these pedals will keep you covered from your first band practice all the way to professional gigs, being very easy to use. They only have 3 sliders and 3 modes. Super easy and intuitive, but still professionally made in USA and good sounding. This commercial made me think about when I started to play guitar with my very first band in high school and all the good memories I have about learning how to play guitar. So today, instead of doing a regular demo of these pedals, I wanted to share with you what were my favorite guitar riffs and the first ones I learned to play on the guitar as a teenager, and I'll be doing it by using only the fundamentals to see how they perform now that I'm a grown-up. The first one that says old is getting Anyway, as I was saying, without further ado, let's start with the very first riff I have ever learned to play on the guitar. And no, it wasn't 035, but it was Apache by The Shadows. This is a very simple riff that uses a spring reverb, and that's basically it. When I was learning how to play guitar, pop punk and punk rock were very popular and influential, and being not too complicated to play, I was really in love with them. The next riff is from one of my all-time favorite songs still to this day, and it caught my ears because it was using a super weird effect that I have never heard before, and it sounded so cool. The effect is the tremolo, and the song is Boulevard of Broken Dreams by Green Day. Like I said, pop-punk was very popular, so of course I wanted to learn something from Blink-182. The next riff is All the Small Things, and it's a pretty raw tone, just a small touch of reverb and the drive pedal doing all the work. I promise you, this is the last pop-punk riff of the day. But what can I say? It was easy and fun to play. You could play these songs in front of your schoolmates and everyone thought you were a guitar god, so it was a win-win. The next riff is Misery Business by Paramore, and it's pretty much like the Blink-182 tone. After the pop-punk phase, I wanted to get into heavier stuff, you know, like Metallica, Megadeth and stuff like that. But it was still too difficult for me, so I decided to learn another song before trying Metallica that could get me close to that playing style. The song is Still Waiting by Sum 41, and for this riff I'm gonna use the distortion instead of the drive. It was finally time to learn something from Metallica. I wanted to learn Battery or Master of Puppets, of course, but it was still too difficult for me, so I learned instead Creeping Death, because it had that down-picking technique I wanted to learn from James, but it wasn't that fast yet, or 8 minutes long. For this tone, no reverb, no nothing, just the distortion pedal. Well, the next one is not a riff. I know, I'm sorry, but I wanted to impress the girls in my classroom. Spoiler, it didn't work. So it was finally time to learn my very first guitar solo. And that solo was You Shook Me All Night Long by AC/DC. It's a very straightforward tone, but still, reverb and delay are almost necessary for this one to be more pleasant and enjoyable, instead of playing it super dry like I used to. So, for this solo, I'm gonna need a drive, reverb, and delay. By the way, another thing that I didn't know at the time is that delay and reverb are supposed to go in the center turn of the amp, not in front. So yeah, that's what I'm doing today. Another band that was super popular in my teenage years, and they are actually still very relevant today, are Foo Fighters. In 2007 they released a song that was too good to ignore and I wanted to learn it. It starts with an almost clean arpeggio with some weird and difficult fingering for me at the time, and then it goes into the main overdriven riff. I'm talking about The Pretender. Like I said, this was the time when I started to play with my very first band, so sometimes I had to learn some songs out of my comfort zone, because they wanted to play certain songs. And the next one is amazing, don't get me wrong, nothing to say about that, but I remember hating learning it. Don't ask me why. The song is Dani, California by Red Hot Chili Peppers. Nothing too complicated about this tone, but this time, instead of the drive, I'm gonna use the fuzz for the chorus part. No, of course I did not forget the very reason I started to play guitar and what it is to this day my all-time favorite song. I just wanted to save it for the last. I think you guys know me well enough to know that I am, of course, talking about Dua Lipa. Slash and Guns N' Roses. The song is Paradise City. For this one I'm also going to use the chorus for the clean intro riff, delay, reverb and drive for the first mini solo, and just drive and reverb for the main riff. And there you have it! These were my teenage years riffs. Let me know down in the comments what are yours and what is the very first riff you have ever learned. I just wanted to thank Face Audio Distribution and Walrus Audio for sending me over the full lineup of fundamentals that actually also include a phaser, but my final impression came later. You can find the full collection in the link in the description. Okay, that was it for today's video. I hope you really enjoyed it, and I'll catch you in the next one. Ciao!